I believe we are live. I'm going to log on and see how many folks we have on today. If you are just joining, welcome to a live 5 minute career hack production. Super excited about today. We've got a special guest that's going to be presenting today. But before we get started, I want to ask and encourage everyone to invite a friend right now. Hit that share button that is right below your screen. Hit the share button and send this to 5 of your friends because today Dr. Amin is talking about the cycle of change and its impact on entrepreneurs. I'm super excited for this topic, but first, let me just give acknowledgments and appreciation to Brave Communities, Emmeline and team, and the brave young leaders that are over there. You all do such amazing work in the Austin community. And thank you for allowing 5 Minute Career Hack to be a part of the Professional Fellows Program along with the U.S. Department of State. So that's why we get to present this great information to you all today. So today, again, I've got a special guest, but I want to just get some house rules out the way. I am going to be managing the chat. This is the last time you're going to hear me speaking until the end, but I'm going to be managing the chat. So I encourage you to ask questions as we go through the presentation today. This should be an interactive set. So as Amin is going through today, he may stop and say, answer something in the chat. I'm going to be managing the chat. We want you to interact with us as he presents this information. Feel free to drop an emoji. Sometimes you don't have words, you just have feelings. We want to know what you're feeling while you hear this as well because it's such important information. And then I want you to hang on until the end. I have something special for you at the end. Yes, it is a survey, but it's a survey with gifts. A survey that has gifts attached to it. And I want everybody who's on today to be able to partake in those gifts. So I am going to introduce again Dr. Amin Abdallah. We've been working with Amin for the last 4 weeks, and it has been such an honor and a pleasure to learn alongside him. And today he's got an opportunity to present his own content to the 5 Minute Career Hack team, or to the 5 Minute Career Hack platform. So hopefully we've got some new folks on here as well that are able to engage with this content. So he's talking about the cycle of change, and I was super excited that he decided on this topic because statistics tell us that about 85% of CEOs experience some type of transformation, actually some type of transformation several times a year. So majority of organizations, their CEOs are experiencing some type of transformation. And what we also learned was that about 70% of businesses fail because of their resistance to change, because they resist change. So today, Dr. Amin is going to help you all learn from a mindset perspective, from a practical perspective, from a leadership perspective, how to resist that resistance that causes businesses to fail. Now, we are a career and a business platform as well. So this applies to your career as well, because when you're making those different pivots that we coach you all on, those are a part of the change process. And we want you to be successful as you partake on those changes. So without further ado, y'all know I can talk, but without further ado, I want to introduce Dr. Amin Abdallah, who is going to present the cycle of change and its impact on entrepreneurs. I'm going to step aside and he's going to step right in.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. So, I'm very honored today to present a very interesting topic, which is about how to manage change within the different spectrums of entrepreneurial growth. Okay, so uh, a quick introduction. I'm Amin Abdallah Bouarisha from Algeria. So I have come to the United States as part of the Professional Fellowship Program, which is a U.S. Department program, and I have been honored to be selected by the Legacy International Organization, which is coordinating the project, and also I'm also bestowed to be hosted by the 5 Minute Career Hack company which is working on training and coaching and bringing a positive change in the lives of young entrepreneurs and growing leaders in America. And I would like to thank also the Brave Community organization for matching me with this incredible team of the 5 Minute Career Hack. So I really advise you to have a look on their website. They have very interesting training courses and programs that can really level up your productive growth. So talking about change, we can always consider that change is the only thing that happens all the time. So it is the constant, consistent uh, event that happens within every sector of a human life, and entrepreneurship and business environments are no exception to this. So it is very crucial to be able to learn the skills that will help you to navigate through the different stages effectively and efficiently in order to succeed at your business and also entrepreneurial project. So change has a cycle. It happens all the time. So entrepreneurs need to develop a certain level of resilience, adaptability, and flexibility in order to thrive within the face of the unprecedented level of globalization, interconnected, evolving markets, and also the information communication technologies and artificial intelligence have even accelerated this incredible change within also the realm of the customer demands, service providers, and partners that you may have in your entrepreneurial project. So we need to be open to change. It is inevitable. So we will have certain moments where change will come to us, and it can be through the positive ways or the negative ways. So hence successful entrepreneurs need to stay agile, adaptable in order to quickly identify and respond to the shifts that may happen in their industry, business, or service. Uh, and then change can be always seen as a threat sometimes, but if you are able to manage it in an effective way, you can foster it in such a way that will drive innovation and creativity and may take you from a lower or medium level to an excellent level. So it's important to embrace the spirit of creativity, experimentation, and opening up to go beyond the boxes and drive your progress in the entrepreneurial world. So, one of the main things that can help manage change in an effective way is to build up lifelong, lasting relationships and develop a robust network of partners, mentors, collaborators, consultants who can support your entrepreneurial venture with advice and also exchange and so forth. So, change is an opportunity for you to move from one situation to another one and from one phase to another one. So embracing it can help you challenge the status quo and show the best of your team, of your company, and also adapt with the new changes that are happening every second and millisecond in business and entrepreneurship. So when we talk about change, it's not a sudden event. An event. It's a process actually. So change is a process, and managing it is a systematic process. So there are different stages that we need to consider. So the first stage that most people may have, most young entrepreneurs, growing leaders may have in mind is to try to deny this change, which is common, because people sometimes they don't resist change, but they may resist being changed for one reason or another. It could be because of their psychological mindset, because of their aims, because of their needs, because of their wants. So, this initial shock and disbelief about the need to change can appear at the first phase of the change process. So, we need to be self aware about it in order to regulate it for our benefits. The second phase of change is resistance. So after denial, fear may come up to the mind, and being scared about the unknown and disruption to the status quo, to the routines, can also hinder the evolution of change. And as James Clear said, the greatest threat to success is not failure, but boredom. And boredom goes hand in hand with fear and resistance to change. So be mindful of that. After, if you are a good leader, a good entrepreneur who is wise enough to detect these initial stages of change, you can regulate them and direct them and drive them in a positive way in order to reach the third phase, which is exploration. So you can motivate your team to open up and explore the benefits and the positive impact that can change bring to their lives, and also to the company and to the project and so forth. So try to gradually test and experiment new ideas, open up, uh, try to motivate an insight, thinking out of the box. Do not be static, because nothing remains static. So everything evolves. This is nature actually. So there are always two ways, whether to progress, and if you're not doing that, you may regress. And in the modern world of AI and globalization, everything is going very fast. So you have to be ready for innovation, for creativity, for change, for this fierce competition. And this is what distinguishes a leader from a follower, according to Steve Jobs. So the last phase of change is embracing it. So embracing this new development that happens and being committed and disciplined into it. So fully embracing and internalizing the change can sustain this process, and then it's always going to be like that. So having these stages and getting like certain commitments and discipline in order to realize that goal or that innovation or creativity, and then you can also be open to a new change and develop and so forth. So it goes like that all the time. So the pattern of change also involves three main steps. So we have unfreezing. So unfreezing is to challenge and defy the status quo, the emotions and the assumptions, the culture that you may have, which is quite static. So the first step toward change is awareness. So you what you need to do all the time as a growing leader is to have to develop a system of evaluation and assessment in order to evaluate the needs that are out there, the goals and the objectives of the clients or the people around you. So, what do I have to offer? Is it at the level of the expectations of the consumers, of the partners? Is it fitting their needs? Is it fitting their aims, their wants? And in this way, you are going to have a, a certain amount of data that may help you to bring the first step towards change. And self-awareness and the awareness and the consciousness about your strengths, your weaknesses, and your opportunities, and also the threats. The second pattern is transition. So implementing and adapting to the new processes or systems that you have came up with within this offer, this opportunity to change and to progress. As every process has different steps, and transition is always there. So you need to be able to pave the way for this pattern to go systematically. And as J.F. Kennedy said, change is the law of life, and it will never disappear. So even humans, they come and go, businesses grow, thrive, and decline. Civilizations do that. So what we need is to be aware about how to hack change and embrace it for our benefit and our progress. The last pattern is refreezing. So after stabilizing, reinforcing the new behaviors, the new systems, the new creativity and innovation, we need to reevaluate it. So evaluation and assessment are always there. So we start by them and finish by them and redo them again and again. So it's a cycle. This is why we are talking about the cycle of change. So change is inevitable, but growth is optional. It's up to you to choose whether you take it for progress or not embracing it and maybe regress. So John Maxwell really pointed out, insisted on having change as an option, as an opportunity for you to choose. There is always your part in the process. So just be conscious and aware of it, and so that you can regulate it for your favor. So strong leadership appears in the hardship. It appears in the when obstacles, when boundaries, when setbacks may appear. So if you say I am a leader, you have to ask yourself, how are you behaving? How are you dealing? How are you conducting these transitional periods? So how is your vision, to which degree is your vision inspiring? Is it clear to you and to your team? How compelling is it? How motivating is it to embrace innovation and creative change to move forward in order to realize the common goal that you have with your team? And then you have to ask yourself about decision making. So how are you decisive when it comes to transitional periods? So making timely, well-informed decisions and thoughtful reactions can really instill confidence in you, but also in your team, and help them navigate the turbulent times. The third step is to empower employees. So always work on your self improvement for sure, but also for the enhancement, for the empowerment, the capacity development in your own team. Because after all, it's all for one and one for all. This is what you need to consider. So you have to empower employees to take ownership and contribute their ideas that can foster a culture of innovation and adaptability to change. So, in this vein, it's super important to develop resilience and adaptability within the growth mindset. So always be ready to improve your performance, adapt with competition around you, having a flexible, adaptable plan, because it's always important to have plans, but at the same time to have different scenarios and a plan that can really model up with every change that may appear, because sometimes it is unpredicted change. So plan, but also be open to change. And then innovation and creativity should go hand in hand with your strategy, because these are the criteria that they can really help you survive as a growing business in this modern world of fierce competition. And always work effectively with your team. Have an open ear to their ideas, because maybe one idea of a team member can change the whole situation and level it up. So you may have sometimes shock when opportunity or a project does not go through the plan. So it is important to remain conscious, remain very focused, and remain positive. So have a positive approach towards setbacks and failures, and consider them, evaluate them, assess them in a neutral, objective way, and grasp the learning outcomes, and put them as future as strengths for the empowerment of your own projects and your capabilities. So remaining flexible is super important for change. So learn to adapt quickly and adopt the right decisions in this spectrum of evolving circumstances. So again, having a network is not enough. So work, but also network. A network can help you get a supportive team of peers, partners, mentors, business collaborators, and experts that can provide guidance and resources during the transitional times of change. And be open to their output, and their output has value. So every person has value, but try to filter only what goes for the benefit and the progress of your own project. So identify the trends that are available, map the best practices around you, and stay attuned to the evolving market trends and customer needs and partner goals. Explore innovation and creativity. Try to develop new products or services or business models to stay always ahead of the curve and be unique and special in the market, because you do not want to be like everybody else, because you need to have your own branding. What makes you different than the others? What makes your product or service better than the others? This is the heart of modern competition. So you can also use technology in your favor. So with the accelerating uh, digital divide that is existing nowadays, so being able to own and to manipulate information communication technology and artificial intelligence can really take you forward. So if you have the ability to invest in that, for you teach your team about it, train them, coach them, and if you are able to develop your own systems, that will be also super helpful and beneficial. So embrace technological advancement and the digital transformation for your own benefit. Moreover, it's very important to foster continuous improvement to your team and to yourself and to the products and services that you are providing to the world. So always work on ongoing optimizations. Efficiency is key. Being effective is good, but being efficient is better, and there is a difference because I wonder if you are grasping it. So, what do you think is the difference between being effective and efficient? Just 1 second for you to reflect about it. So, yeah, in my opinion, being effective is getting the job done. Okay, so if you have a certain aim or goal, so you are going to do it in the best way possible. Okay, you can do it really well. But being efficient is reaching the same goal, doing it very well as well, but in a limited amount of time with the the minimum effort and the minimum also spending that you can have on it. So being efficient is what you need to level up. So leadership is happening all the time. So you can either choose to lead yourself and your team and your project positively or negatively. So empower your team, open up communication, insight, and encourage cross functional collaboration. Try to decide, to try to build up your decisions in a group. So consult everyone, listen to everyone, and one mind, in my opinion, can have better decisions if you add up to it different minds. So it's very positive to listen, to share with your team, make them involved in the process, and filter only what is progressive, what is fitting the general framework of the values and the principles of your own company and project and so forth. So make your team engaged and dynamic in the process, and always be proactive to ask about their opinion, about their feedback, their consultancy. So cultivate a growth mindset all the time. And how can you do that is by improving yourself at first. So lead by example. The best leader is the leader who leads himself and extends his leadership potential and impact to his surrounding. So develop this this model up your willingness and motivation to learn and adapt all the time, and improve your skills all the time, and never say enough. Be hungry for more. Have an adaptable style of leadership, and yeah, so adapt your leadership skills and type to others. So do not impose yourself directly on others. You have to understand that everyone has a level of leadership and has a different type of personality, of mentality. So if you are willing to drive a positive impact, you have to adapt to their styles. First of all, you have to discover what is, observe, discover, and learn about their type. So what is their style, and what are the dynamics that revolve about them, and how can I use their positive uh, uh, points of each style for the benefit of the project, and how can we effectively guide the organization of the project through this kind of change. And herein there is the importance of embracing an emotional intelligent approach, which needs to be very, very recurrent and imminent in your project. So, just to recap a bit about emotional intelligence, it has four main or five main phases that we can consider. So, first of all, self awareness. So, having an awareness about you as a person, what kind of approach you have, personality, leadership style you have, and then also the people around you, the team that you have, the partners. You can also do that with everyone. And the second phase is self regulation. So, regulating emotions, regulating interpersonal skills for your own benefit. So, after analyzing, discovering, and getting aware and conscious about what revolves about your personality and mentality in the situation, you have to regulate it for channel it for your own benefit and for your own goals and purposes. And after it, it is super important to have an empathetic approach so that you can understand the other, involve the other, open up to the other, listen to what they have as propositions, suggestions, recommendations for bringing a positive change into the ground. And within all of this, it's super important to have social skills and to have interpersonal skills in order to deal with the different mentalities, different personalities, and no one is like the other. No one is a copy of another in the whole universe, probably. So, yeah, that's super important to consider. So, just to give you this hack, three hacks for emotional intelligence. So, first is consciousness, awareness, consciousness. So, there are three C's that I want to make it easy for you to grasp. So, three C's. So, consciousness, it goes with awareness. And then, what do we have? Can you guess something that goes with empathy, sympathy, and all of these things? It's compassion. So, compassion is the second one. The third one is, what do you think? What do you think? Can you think about it? So, we have consciousness, we have compassion. What do you think is the third component, which starts with the letter C? Okay, did you get it? It is connectedness. So, connectedness with your environment, with your team, with your partners, with your network, and everything. So, compassion, so consciousness, compassion, and connectedness. Remember these three C's. Okay, so I wanted to share some ideas and tips given by Kotter, who is a researcher in change management, and he has a model with eight main hacks that can help you. So, first one is to create urgency. So, always identify the available trends around you, the competitive threats, and the opportunities to highlight the need of change. And here I can just advise you to use the SWOT model, which is very simple, I think effective, but you may need to adapt it to certain criteria that you have in your project. So try to identify uh, the strengths of you as a leader and your team, your company, and everything else. The second thing is to identify the weaknesses that you may have or the things that you have to improve. So we can call it um, uh, improvement points. And also we talk about we can include the opportunities that may arise from maybe the weaknesses and also the strengths. And then we can also identify the possible threats. Okay, so the first tip for Cutter's model is creating urgency. So, and creating a need for change, for developments, for innovation, for creativity, to change the world and make it a better place, and also earn better revenue for your company and get better results, of course. The second step is forming coalition. So always have a solid network around you. So connectedness all the time. Connectedness with your network, but before that, connectedness with your own self and with your team. So assemble a diverse team with expertise, credibility, and influence them to lead the change with you. But be conscious that you need to be credible and to be reliable. Okay? These are super important criteria for leadership. So the third tip is to develop a clear vision and inspiring vision for your team that motivates them, that brings up not only an extrinsic motivation, which is maybe limited in having better salaries or better more money or more more financial benefits, but also intrinsic motivations that make them realize that they are part of the vision. They are part of this project. They are not just workers who come there for 8 hours a day or just do certain tasks and that's it. They need to feel that they are part of the company, of the project, and in this way they are going to be lifelong leaders. So as a leader, you need leaders around you, okay? You need to develop their leadership potential and align it with the goals that you have for the company. But with this vision, communication comes as a pivotal milestone that you have to consider. So communicate effectively with them, have an open communication, uh, address their concerns, listen to them, active listening, active strategic listening is super important. If a team member does not feel heard, does not feel appreciated, does not feel having an impact in the company, he will just withdraw and he will not be able to provide what might be maybe an innovative or creative idea that can level up your company. So after that, it's important to empower action. So, empower action, remove obstacles, provide resources, and encourage risk taking and experimentation. And don't be afraid from setting achievable short term goals or even long term goals. But be mindful that it's always good to celebrate the positive impact and the success and build momentum and motivate your team to do more and more. So celebrate the wins that you are going to have. Also consolidate the gains. So try to constantly improve strategies, address remaining obstacles, and reinforce the innovation and anchor that into the culture. So you need to develop. So your company or project needs to have a culture. So align the systems, the processes, and the structures to support these new approaches that will drive innovation and creativity all the time. So the seventh tip is to be able to cultivate a growth mindset and embrace change always as an opportunity for innovation. So adaptability is the seventh tip. While the last tip is collaboration. So collaboration and cooperation are super important. So foster a culture and a mindset of open communication, strategic emotional intelligence, shared decision making, and collective problem solving. And all for one and one for all. That's the spirit. develop your effective leadership, push yourself forward, push the team forward. Always do that. Never remain in the status quo. Inspire continuous improvement and refine your strategies. Have plans, have strategies, have everything you need, but try to make them flexible and adaptable because this can really help you stay ahead of the curve and be different and unique and show the world that you have something special to offer them, better than the others, maybe the other competitors. So just just trying to reflect on communication. So four hacks that I wanted to share with you. I think I needed the fifth one because this is the 5 minute career hack, but it's okay. So first of all, transparency. Clarify everything you say. Sometimes also the tiny details can create big problems. So just avoid misunderstanding, misconception, and miscommunications. Be transparent. Have an active listening. Oh, there is a reason that you have two ears and one mouth. It's to listen. And listening helps you what? Helps you understand, helps you learn, helps you open up. So listen and then talk, of course. And so the third one is having consistent updates all the time. So share the updates. If there is anything new that is important for the team to know about, for the partners, for the network, just share it with them. Tell them about the updates. Do that all the time because this will save you lots of money, lots of effort, and will help improve understanding and collaboration. And yeah, so that's the fourth approach that you need to take. So collaborative approach, work in a team, empower your team, help your team, listen to your team, and be always in collaboration, cooperation with them. So also wanted to wrap up and sum up with a few tips, which are also for navigating and foreseeing challenges. So the first thing that you need to consider is mitigation. So how are you going to anticipate risks, threats, and dangers by preparing plans and scenarios in order to respond quickly and effectively and efficiently, of course. The second one is adaptation. So you start with mitigation, so change is coming. I am having my mitigation approach, and then I need adaptation. So how can I regulate and cultivate a flexible, agile mindset to pivot strategies and capitalize every single new opportunity that may appear? And then the third one is problem solving. So develop an approach that can leverage available resources for the benefit of providing solutions and thinking out of the box and driving innovation. And the fourth one is resilience. So resilience goes hand in hand with fostering an emotional and mental fortitude and intelligence in order to analyze, understand, adapt, persist, and persevere, no matter how hard the situation can be. So it is a driver for always going forward and never giving up, never surrendering, and always trying to be better and improve and deal with unforeseen situations. So in this uh, webinar, I have tried to share with you some hacks that can really empower your ability to develop a competence to manage successfully change and drive innovation and creativity. And now we have reached the final moments of our webinar, which has been an honor for us to deliver. So if you have any questions, I am very open to that. So you can comment any questions that you have, and we will be able to respond and answer. So So I really want you to reflect about what we have been sharing. Like, yeah, so management, leadership, emotional intelligence, strategic planning, dealing with enforcing challenges, having approaches and structures and strategies that can really help you successfully adapt. So, like the SWOT, like the Eisenhower matrix for prioritizing the tasks. So you can ask us any questions, and we will be very happy to respond.
We have one question.
Yes. So,
I'm going to read it aloud.
okay, thank you.
What is the most important steps into guiding your team in order into the most efficient work? So how do we guide our teams? Give some hacks on making them the most efficient.
Yes. So I think the first important phase that we need to consider is choosing your team. Selecting. So selection. The selection process is very important. So you as a leader, as an entrepreneur, you have worked on founding a project. So for sure you have a vision. For sure you should have developed principles and values. For sure you have a professional framework. So you need to select people who share this kind of vision, this kind of principle. You have to find out people who are aiming to develop, to move forward, not simple workers or partners who want to remain this in the status quo. So how and once in place, you have selected the right people for you. You have to consider to analyze their different personalities, their different mentalities, their different skills. What are the most powerful points they have? What are their strengths? How can they really help us? And how can they also be adapted with the other teammates? So it should have like a complementary relationship. So every worker, every team member consolidates and helps the other one, completes the other one. So once you have this in mind, you analyze the needs, the strengths. You need to have an open communication with them all the time. So as we said, being an active listener, being a strategic thinker who listens to them, who includes them, who asks for their opinions and involve them in the process. So being emotionally intelligent as well is very important. So getting an awareness and consciousness about them, about yourself for sure, and regulate all of these things for your own benefit. And having also empathy is super important. So when you are empathetic and compassionate with your team members, they will feel that you are creating a family in your project or company. So they will be always there with you. They will help you to succeed, and they will understand that the success of the project is their own success as well. It's not just an individual success of the manager or the founder, but it's also their success. And if you are growing as a leader, they will also need to feel that they are also growing with you. So you are growing together. And again, as I said, all for one and one for all. So yeah, so that's I think these are very empowering tips. And again, yeah, as I said, yeah, listening to them again, getting connected with them is super important. Being compassionate with them is super important, but also empowering them is super important. So you need to make sure that they are feeling comfortable in the company, and they are also being there is a capacity building approach that you have. So if they came into the company with a certain level, you need to make sure that they are improving. It's not only about giving the tasks you order, but also you can provide them with training courses, with coaching courses, with maybe you can also send them to other countries to discover. So you need to help them be better versions of themselves. And when this way, they will feel integrated, and they will be with you all the time, and then you will grow all together. Yeah. So if there is another question, I'll be also glad to answer. Yeah. So yeah, so I would like to thank you everyone for giving us your precious time and listening to us. It's been an enormous pleasure. So I would like to thank everyone, and we really appreciate your attention and your feedback. And thank you very much. And have a great day. Enjoy your time. Thank you very much, and also thank Candice for organizing and hosting this amazing webinar. And yeah, try to discover the 5 minutes career hack. And here is Candice. She's going to enlighten you more.
All right. Wow. All I can say is wow. What we just got just now was like 6 master classes, all in the course of an hour. So before I share a couple of final slides, first I just want to thank again Dr. Amin for sharing such a wealth of knowledge on such an important topic, something that affects, as I talked about earlier, over 85% of businesses. Their ability, their willingness to embrace change to help continue to transform their organization. So, again, fantastic job. Listen, I took so many notes for myself, but where the notes were was in this chat. Thank you so much to everyone who viewed this so far, who was engaged in the chat. I was learning as well as you all were commenting. And I know we got a couple of questions out the way, but I wanted to let you know that questions can still be answered. This video is going to remain active at least for the next 7 days before we put it up and make it even more official. The live video is going to be active so you can continue to ask questions, and then we are going to turn this into another sort of video as well. But you can watch this right now, just as Amin just recorded it, for at least the next 7 days on our YouTube channel. On this live section, it's going to stay active. So please drop your questions so that we can ensure that they get answered. Listen, we got more in store with 5 Minute Career Hack and Dr. Amin. Again, this has been an exchange this summer of knowledge, an exchange of skills, an exchange of information. And so we've done a few other things. So make sure you stay plugged into the 5 Minute Career Hack channel, where we will have episodes that will continue to post throughout the course of this year featuring Dr. Amin. We've got a podcast episodes. He's got some individual episodes, and he is sharing again another set of knowledge alongside us that is designed to help you pivot in your career, in your confidence, in your compensation, helping you pivot in your business. We've come together and created some great content that's going to really, really help you this summer. So stay glued to the channel. If you have not already subscribed, be sure to do so right now. I got the chat up, so I'm asking everybody to press the subscribe button right now. And after you press the subscribe button, I want you to give me a heart emoji in the chat. So I'm going to observe a quick moment of silence while you all press subscribe right now and put your hearts in the chat. I'm going to count down to 5 in my head while you all do that. And I can't wait to open my eyes and see all those hearts in the chat because you subscribe to 5 Minute Career Hack. And 5 is done. Listen, we put out 2 videos every single week. One with just 5 to 10 minutes of career compensation and confidence hacks that you can implement in the week that you're in. And then we also release an interview every single week. So when you subscribe, you are the first to know about the videos that are released on our channel. We've got over, I want to say, almost 200 episodes active on our channel right now. So there's a wealth of knowledge that is there for you to receive. So I told you to stay to the end because, yes, there is a survey. So you see the QR code that is on the screen. Pull out take a picture, take a screenshot, or if you have another device, scan this QR code. And when you get to the QR code, you are going to enter in the word brand. Let us know what you thought about today's session. We love feedback. Feedback is a gift that keeps on giving. We want to know what you learned from Dr. Amin. What was great? What could we have done better? Because as we continue to distribute this content, we want to make sure that it is serving you. So your feedback is helpful and we cannot wait to see it. When you give us the feedback, you get access to our personal branding essentials workbook. So there's a personal brand workbook just for you as you are looking to make your pivots in your career, in your confidence, in your compensation, in your business. You can use this personal brand workbook to ensure that your brand is aligned with your work. Your core values is aligned with your brand, is aligned with your work. This workbook is going to help you get some of those key steps out the way to ensure that you feel confident in your brand. We want you to feel confident in your brand. So scan this QR code. If you are watching this on a replay, press rewind and make sure you scan this QR code and let us know what you thought about this training. We can't wait to hear from you. So this wraps it up. Again, a special thanks to Dr. Amin. Special thanks to Alicia and Jamila, my esteemed co-founders here that you see on the screen. We thoroughly enjoy the work that we do, getting to share all this knowledge, all this information, the collaborations, these concepts with you via our YouTube channel, via the trainings and workshops that you may see us out at. And we just want to make sure that you know that we want to see more of you. You can get more of us. So we have 3 signature workshops that we deliver, and one is Renew Career Wellness, helping you craft a career wellness plan that is going to help you succeed in your career. We have Feedback Renaissance. That one is about the art of having difficult conversations and conflict management. And then we have the Brand Whisperer, which is the mother to that personal brand workbook that you have, where we help you get the tools that you need to understand what your personal brand needs to be, what your value systems are, right? How do you make sure that your value systems are talking to your personal brand? This Brand Whisperer is the course that you need. So hop over to 5minutecareerhack.com, learn more about these workshops. And if you want us to bring one of these workshops to your organization, or we do virtual, we do in person, we would love to share with you. And today, we added the cycle of change and its impact on entrepreneurs. And I love that Amin talked about its impact on leadership as well, because we need self-leadership. We need effective communication, right? In order for us to manage change, we have to have a high level of emotional intelligence. I love that he talked about that. And we have to make sure that we are staying open. So that's more content that we have to help you, your team, and your business pivot and achieve the success that you deserve. So without further ado, I'm going to go back, let you all get that QR code one more time before I disconnect the call. I want to thank everyone for joining, for your engagement in the chat. Ask questions if you still have questions. And again, fantastic job to Dr. Amin for his amazing job. All the work he did, he came up with this content all by himself. This is his expertise. So we want to thank him for the amazing work with sharing with our audience and sharing with the team here at 5 Minute Career Hack. So if we can give Dr. Amin in the chat, put a clap hands emoji in the chat for Dr. Amin. We appreciate you and we look forward to the future with Dr. Amin. All right. Well, you all have a great day, and I will look forward to seeing you on our next live. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with 5 friends.